Hello, my name is Chloe, and as the title of this video suggests, in this week's video I'm going to be confessing to you some of my guilty pleasures. If you watched last week's video, this first guilty pleasure will come at no surprise, and that is my love of watching pimples being popped. Dr. Sandra Lee, aka Dr. Pimple Popper, is one of my most favorite channels to watch on YouTube. There's something extremely satisfying about watching pimples being popped, but something that I like even more than that is whenever I get a pimple or a blister. Blisters are probably one of my most favorite things whenever I get one because I love popping them. I love the sound of the pop, I like the feeling, I don't know why, but that is one of my guilty pleasures. But I don't just like watching pimples being popped and popping my own pimples. Last week, my trainer had a pussy blistery thing on his knee and I had the strongest desire to pop it. But I resisted the urge because it was pus, it wasn't a pimple. My most favorite sort of movie to watch are horror movies. But apart from that, I love watching all of those sort of cheap early 2000 movies and late 90s movies. Galaxy Quest is one of my all-time favorite trashy movies. I love that movie and I've lost count of the amount of times that I have watched it.
Never give up, never surrender.
He will save us.
The whole thing was just a misunderstanding.
They look like little children. Hi, little guy.
Oh, darn.
I also like The Parent Trap, the Lizzie McGuire movie, Freaky Friday, 17 Again, and The Change Up. And you can probably see a little bit of a trend here if you've watched most of these movies, and that's the swapping from one person to another. I don't know why, but I like watching those movies. But I recently watched The Princess Switch. That was a really bad movie. I'm currently happily single with zero desires to go back into the dating world, but I still love my trashy books with the forbidden romance and the love triangles. They annoy me a little bit, but I am totally trash for that. The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black, that was extremely insta-lovey, but I still really like that book. The Forbidden Romance in A Million Junes by Emily Henry, oh my god, I still love that. Margaret and Paul's love build-up in the Firebird trilogy by Claudia Gray. Oh, I love that one too. And I love the romance with Simon and Blue in Simon vs. the Homo sapiens agenda. That was adorable. All of my other guilty pleasures aren't things that I am ashamed of or embarrassed about, but this last one, it's a little bit embarrassing and I sort of don't want to say it, but I sort of want to as well. And that is my love of nostril diving. I don't know what it is about the satisfaction of drilling my nose with a tissue and pulling out a giant big booger. I don't know what's wrong with me. My brother likes doing the same thing, only my brother is very gross with it because he will blow out the hugest booger and then threaten to wipe it on me. So I now know that if I have no reaction, he'll leave me alone. But if I try and push him away and say, ooh, that's gross, get away from me, he'll come even closer and he might even almost touch me with it. Ugh. If it was my own booger, I don't think I would really care, but because it's somebody else's, it just makes it that little bit more gross. Yeah, it's gross, said the person who loves nostril diving. Fantastic. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you have your own guilty pleasures that you would like to share, please write it in the comments. I hope you're all having a fantastic December. I love you all, and I will see you next week. Bye.